Okay, welcome back everybody. Hope you all having a great day. But today I'm here with another video to let you know how to get that buttercream smooth shade you all been looking for in your tattoos. So if you're interested, stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, welcome back everybody. So today we're gonna be working with 3 shades: a light, a medium, and a dark. And of course you all know how to clean that skin off with that Vaseline, so that's what we're using. No green soap. And I'm still using my FK Iron Zion machine. And we're going to be using a 13 curve magnum tip. And the speed we're going to be running at, I'm about to drop down because I know I told somebody to drop down to 7.5. So I'm going to go down to 7.5. And now if this is too slow for me, I have to bump up. But this 7.5 demonstration purposes. Especially for beginners, if you're starting out 7.5, you don't want to start out too fast to get that smooth shading. That's the easiest way to get that choppy shade. If you're moving too fast and you're skipping. So we're gonna start out with some of the lights right now. I know some people like to start off with darks. I start off with darks. Depends on where I'm at, like in the tattoo. For instance, I'm gonna start off with the dark, but I'm just gonna start off on a leaf. Because this is a flower, of course the most darkest part is going to be the leaf. So we're going to start off on the leaf to show you all. I hang the needle out a little bit, of course. That's my way I used to work. I'm used to working. And I'm badly tapping. Badly tapping. Now I see you're going to build it up. Just keep tapping it and be patient. Eventually you're going to build up that black or that dark tone that you're looking for. I'm just gonna start on the leaf just for, you know, example to show people if you do start with darks first, you're gonna want to start with the darks area of the tattoo. Don't put no dark in your light area, of course. So it all depends on the situation, circumstances that you're in, because you know different situations require different things. And so we just hitting this in, just keep building it up till we get like a dark black, and then we're gonna fade it out. On that leaf, you're gonna fade it out, and I got my rinse cup right here. I just rinse that black out, and we about to hit it a little more light towards the edges. Show how we slightly blend that black over until a light gray. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep working. Like I said, the best thing on your side is time. As long as you got time and your patience, you'll be okay, because it takes patience to get this smooth shade. You gotta keep working at it. Keep working at it. It ain't no knock it in and it's gonna be smooth all of a sudden. You gotta slightly tap. Slightly tap it, and I'm gonna rinse it out, all of it out. Get to the lightest light and start working on the tip of this leaf right here. So we ain't really got too much ink in the needle. It's basically watered down. We're gonna get our lightest light on that edge. Now remember, this is a 13 curve magnum. But for a beginner, I don't recommend a 13 curve mag. Start off with a 7 curve magnum. Especially for something this size. It's small, but I know how to angle my needle to really get what I'm looking for. But if you're not used to angling your needle and getting in those tight areas, like I said, just start off with something smaller. Let's wipe it down, see how we looking. Okay, we soften up towards that edge. Let's hit that edge a little bit more. And you know this is fake skin, so that's why I'm basically using nothing, and it's still looking like it's a dark shade. And I really don't have that much ink in the needle. But on skin it's different, of course, because once you hit it on skin, this light that's looking dark on here will completely kind of look at losing about 20% of the shade. It's going to lighten up. I don't know, that's just something that happens once it heals with gray shades. Unless you're using an opaque gray, yes, your colors could heal as is, but using a gray shade washes, it's gonna heal with like 20% loss of that color, lighter, 20% lighter. You can look at it like that. So if you want a dark tone, don't just use a medium and expect it to be dark. You gotta use that little medium darker tone. Now I see I gotta drop down a lot because I'm using the lightest shade, and the more as I'm packing it up, you see it's starting to get darker. So I'm gonna drop this light all the way down to basically pretty much nothing. And I'm gonna start inside here just so you all be able to see how I get that smooth shade. Barely tapping. See how you move back and forth, slightly tapping, back and forth, slightly tapping. It ain't showing up now, I guess because it's too light now. But it's gonna show up by being fake skin. It's gonna start showing up. Of course, like I said, you could use the back and forth. I think people call it the pendulum motion, but sometimes I use that circular motion. But like I said, it all depends on the situation. Because right now this is curved, so I will mostly go back and forward and like curving the subject. Like this is the pedal, so I would want to curve on the pedal, back and forward, back and forward. You see those tones showing up. So for the sake of just the tutorial, of course I'm not going to hit the whole flower. It's going to be too long for y'all. But you all let me know what you all think. If you want me to go over the whole flower and put it on the channel just to go back and look at it, I most definitely can. But like I said, smooth shading, it takes time, so you definitely have to build it up. So it ain't fast. Even if it's a small tattoo and you want that smooth shading, you have to build it up. I know no other way. Just keep on gliding over the skin. Like I said, it's gonna take packing your colors. And that's why you don't want to start off with the darkest tone you have. Especially when you're trying to get that smooth blend, you don't want to start off with the darkest tone you have. You want to start off light and build up your darks on top of the light tones. Okay. Just dipped a little into my mid-tone and mixed it with the lighter tone. Try to get some more shades to show up. I say back and forth. I say pendulum motion, slightly, just working your wrist back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You ain't gotta do too much. Let the needle do the work. As long as you keep on working the needle across the top of the skin, slightly hitting it, because with realistic work, you're gonna slightly hit the skin. You're not hitting it a whole lot. Slightly hitting it. Let the needle do the work and build up your tones. You don't want to go at it and like, oh, like you're coloring in a tattoo. No. You basically whipping it across the top of the skin. Let the shades build up. And that's what give it the realistic look. Because tones, built up on top of tones, it add more depth into a tattoo. And the only way you could get that depth is moving smooth across the skin. Moving in a nice pace and not just jugging in the skin and think you about to go, oh, I'm about to color it in black. No, slightly moving across the skin. It take time. I said that. It take time. So it ain't easy. So you need to, it's gonna definitely test your patience. But that's what it takes. In order to get that smooth shade, you gotta be patient. And I believe if you wanna get this shading smooth like this, like how y'all been saying, yes, you're going to be patient with it and move slow. Because this is the only way possible to do it. If you're rushing, you're not going to get that super smooth. You could get it, but it'll never be as smooth as you would like it to be. Remember, you can always get smoother. So I got some smooth shades in my tattoos, but you can always get smoother. It all depends on what you're going for. You see how it's building up? I'm about to wipe it down for you all in a second, just to show you all how it's building up. And I'm gonna start adding some of my mid-tones by itself. And I ain't gonna mix it with the lights. I'm gonna just do the mid-tone by itself just to show you how I will layer it up to get that depth in the flower. Well, just in this petal for now. Let's see how we looking. Let me know what you all can see. I see I'm basically building that up. So you can see the shades, but it still take some work going over it to get that smooth look. So let's go over it a little bit more. I'm telling you, it's challenging, but this is what it takes to get that butter smooth look. It's definitely what it takes. Layering it up, layering it up. It's kind of a repetitive thing. You just gotta keep on tapping, going over the skin. And of course, it's taking a lot. Just so you all know, if that's working on real skin, it takes a lot longer on this fake skin. On real skin, it don't take this long to build up this soft shade. No, it don't take this long. But I'm catching myself having to really work on this fake skin. It's better than the other fake skin I had from Amazon. So this is the silicone skin that still came from Amazon though. So the other skin was like tougher to work on, but the shades did go in pretty fast. On here the shades don't go in as fast. You definitely gotta work them up. And I probably can show you all the drawing or tattoo I did on the old skin if I find it. I believe it's right in here in the shop. But I can show you all some of the shades I did on that. It's not super smooth like how we doing now, like this butter smooth. But I had it smooth enough to where I was okay with it. It was a portrait, so you know, I could have definitely went in more. I did it about a couple of years ago, but that don't matter. We just gonna keep on growing, getting better and better as we go. Okay, now I'm about to use the mid-tone. Come from the outside of this flower. Well, the inside, pushing out. Just to give that little rose in the flower, a little structure. Yep, see how we curving up? Y'all can see that? Tap down. Oh, y'all see how I've been moving with that? So, like I said, 7.5 is a good place to start. But it's taking a while for me to build this up. So let me push mine to 8.5. You probably can hear the difference in the machine. But let's see how it works. Like I said, I'm used to it, so it's okay if you're comfortable going up to 8.5, you can do that. But if you're still learning and trying to get your shades right, I don't recommend you going to 8.5. Just get used to it and continue moving slow. But as you notice, my hand speed now, it definitely picked up. Because the higher your machine is, of course your hand speed got to match. Like I always say, match your hand speed. You're going to keep your hand moving. Because if your hand speed not matching up, something going to go wrong. Either you're going to chew up the skin, or your line's not going to be in there all the way, or your shades is not going to be in there, it's just going to fall out. So yeah, make sure your voltage match up with your hand speed and the speed of your machine. Now you all see some of the mid-tones coming out. So with this, I'm about to go into some of those darks, into those blacks to really cover that bottom up. But y'all get what I was saying by starting with the lights and then build up on top of it. You gotta build up on top of your lights. And then even though I got some of this dark here, right, I'm gonna still go back with my light and go a little bit over the dark, but it's slightly blending into the mid-tone. Blending into the lights. Let's wipe it down so you all can see. Of course, Vaseline, keep it clean. Like I said, we focusing on this one petal. Focusing on that one petal. Like I said, you can't get all the other petals perfect if you don't get the first petal perfect. So let me rinse some of that mid-tone out, go back into the lights, and start building up. Really trying to get this smooth with y'all, so y'all how I really build it up. Like I said, you gotta start somewhere. A lot of people saying they moving too slow. It don't matter how slow you're moving in the beginning, you're just trying to get it right. Focus on the quality of it. Once you get the quality, your speed gonna come. I know when I started off doing names for sure, or tattoos in general, I was taking a long amount of time doing simple tattoos that now probably only take me 30 minutes or so. Back then it took an hour to 2 hours maybe, because I just was worrying about getting the line straight at that time. And even back then, when I thought they were straight, as I look at it today, they're really not as straight as I thought they was back then. But as long as you're doing your best, you know, to the best of your knowledge, that's how it's supposed to be. Your best tattoo is supposed to look like your best until you do your next tattoo. Your next tattoo should show how much the last tattoo probably was lacking. It's to show your growth. So if you don't see no growth in your tattoos, then why you doing it, you know? We all in this to grow, to get better, give motivation, help. You know, any tips, advice, that's what this for. So you see how I'm slightly hitting across the skin, I'm still tapping. Like I say, a little of that needle hitting it, not the whole needle. I don't know if y'all can see, but yeah, you can slant it to the side and barely tap. If you all can see that. Slightly tapping on the skin. And you get that smooth look by barely tapping, going over it. I'm gonna go all the way down and let's try to fill in some of this light space. And see how light is gonna let us go with barely nothing in the needle. So we get some more smoothness going down. See how it feel like it's curving now? The leaf feel like it's curving over. And it's just a simpler method because I'm about to show you all another way I shade, especially doing realistic. Cause like this is a realistic shading, but this is not a realistic outline. I don't do an outline when I'm doing realistic artwork. So I just did this outline, I think probably for another video that probably I didn't even get to post because the footage was all messed up. So I'm using this to show you all how I would shade. Since I already have it here, I didn't have to start from scratch with something. And I already had this, so, cause realistically, I would have shaded on the outside. It wouldn't have been no line there. I use my shades for structure. To structure the piece. I don't use the lines. And while we focusing on this one little petal, just for those who are still watching and want to pick up something, you don't use lines when you're doing realistic. You would use those shades. Those shades is the thing that will structure your object, whether if it's a flower, whatever, angel wings, you know, this will structure it. And it don't always have to be on the outside. You know why? Because whatever not on the outside right here, just take the shades and come up and fill in the flower. That's what's gonna be your outline right there. See how I came up to that line? What I'm not gonna do is, I'm not gonna come up to the line and shade that tip and still shade on this side. You know why? Because I already have dark against light. That dark structure on the outside of it is to make this corner stand out. But if I had dark on the side of this while I shaded on the corner, it's gonna get lost. So you wanna be able to define your edges. So if you shade on the outside, make sure you have light next to it. Like how me coming from this, the dark close to the edge versus coming to the light a little space from the edge. That gives this edge of the flower some room to breathe, some room to shine on its own. Like, give it some breathing room. You don't want to close your tattoo up and it really can't breathe. It feels like it's all over the place. But hopefully you all get the method of me just tapping. And see how I'm just tapping it, slowly moving. I'm not moving as slow as I was because now I'm at 8.5 volts. But see how I just came around that edge? And by me having that space right there, I will shade the inside of my flower to define that edge. Now you can still get realistic work with your outlines. Like you all see, I have outlines, but as I shaded that edge, you can't really see the outline as much because I have shaded it, and it's like dark against dark almost, and I'm kind of blending that edge off. But when you get to the shadows right there, you're not gonna come all the way to that end like how we did right here, because like I said, you wanted some breathing room. That's the highlights. So say for example, a light was coming from here, coming down, the light is hitting on that, and the shadow is going to fall off the edges. But if that light hitting here, that light can hit right there as well. So I try to look at it. That's how you look at a realistic piece of artwork. It needs shadows. It get confusing, but once you learn it, it's secondhand nature. You'll automatically look for a light and how those shadows will fall on your tattoo or whatever you're drawing. You're gonna think of shadows and how they will fall. But it took me a long time to get used to that, but I'm here now. I'm used to it. I ain't gonna say I'm the best. No, never say you're the best. I always stay humble because I'm willing to learn more. Like I say, because some people could be the best, but if you don't have no patience, you can't really get your full quality work. If you can't really put 100% of that time into it, you ain't patient. You just knocking them out. You gotta be patient. So let me know what you all think. If you all want me to finish the flower, I can definitely finish the flower just to show you all example how it is. And we still can go more work onto it to make it even softer. But I think we're gonna leave it right here. Like I say, for next time, if y'all do wanna go a little more softer, want me to go in some more, like I said, it's time. That's all that's needed. As long as you got time on your side and patience, you'll be good. You see how soft it is compared to what we started? Yep, that's all you need. That's all you need. So yep, y'all, this is how it's looking. Soft. You see how we keep building up. You see it's layered up from dark coming to light. Well, that's just for beginners, starters. There's a lot more we could go with it. A lot more time. We only put what, 15 minutes into this leaf. Realistic take time. So keep in mind, realistic work takes time. Okay, hopefully you all liked the video, learned something. But the best thing I can tell you all about this is be patient. You see, it takes patience. In order to get that smooth buttercream shade, guess what? Patience. It's gonna take time. So don't think you're gonna finish your tattoo in 30 minutes when you're trying to get some smooth shading for realistic artwork. So y'all keep it up, stay motivated, keep the driving, keep growing. I'm here with you all. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. Keep it down in the comments below. I'm here, answer any questions, make any video you all may need help with. So stay tuned. And I forgot to tell you all about, I have a Facebook group as well. It will be linked down in the description below. So if you do want to learn more about tattoos, it will be linked down in the description below. Yes, I have a Facebook group, learning how to tattoo. I'm no master. I'm trying to learn from everybody, but guess what? I'm willing to help. So y'all stay tuned, keep watching. Hope y'all subscribe, like, comment. But until then, see you all in the next video.